my channel. My name is Margaret Pinard and you're on BookTube. So what do we have for you today? Well, it was going to be the Book Addict tag, which Amrita tagged me in, but you know what? She tagged me again in a Persuasion tag, and that is time sensitive, so I'm doing that one first, and the other one is just going to get kicked down the road. So, let's get started. Persuasion. Yes. This is her original tag, I will have you know, and so I am very honored to be in this first group, and I'm going to reread this book before the end of the month, and I may even watch one of the movies. So let's get started. Question number 1. Favorite on-screen adaptation of a pre-1900 publication? Well, it would either be any of the Jane Eyres or any of the Persuasions or the latter two Pride and Prejudices. I'm not picky. There's a lot of ones that I love, so this is a hard question. I'd have to say of the actual pre-1900 publications, the two versions of Persuasion are probably it. The one with Ciarán Hinds and Amanda Root, or the one with Poppy, Sally Hawkins, and what's his name? I don't know. What's his name? Because both of those are so different and also both so satisfying. Question number 2, best angsty romance. Well, this one had to go to Daughter of Smoke and Bone, the trilogy, because it is I described it before as like a Romeo and Juliet kind of romance, and like made more epic because it's not just warring families, but it's like another lifetime, another species, another world, like everything is the opposite, so the odds are so long, and the characters battle up against themselves as well as all the world's rules, so it's so delicious. Alright, question number 3. Book with a lead character in the military. So, I said The Huntress for this one. The Huntress by Kate Quinn. I just finished this last month, and there's 3 different storylines, and one of them is main person in the military. That's a big part of her story. It's not your typical military story. It's a female character, and yeah, I just thought it was a really well done story. Question 4. Favorite adventure story. And I'm going to go with either A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle or Sunshine by Robin McKinley. And neither of these are the same as Amrita's choices of like, yeah, all adventure stories are racist, because these are science fiction fantasy. Haha! So, I don't know if this is circumventing the rule or what, but Wrinkle in Time, Meg goes to a different planet to beat some evil. Sounds good. And Sunshine, there's evil like downtown, and Sunshine kicks their ass to the curb with the help of the love interest. So there you go. Pretty adventurous. Question number 5. Book with your favorite sibling relationship. And this one took me a little bit longer to think about, until, again, Madeleine L'Engle. I thought of Many Waters for a long time. This is like my favorite book as a young adult. It's Meg's twin brothers who are like the normal ones in this genius family, and they get caught up in an experiment and end up in biblical times and have to like get themselves back and grow up and sort of learn about the world. Their sibling banter / support structure was really nice, and I just liked remembering that novel, so I'll give it a nod. Question number 6. An older female lead. And depends what you mean by older. But I was going to recommend Two Old Women, but that's very old women. So I will go with The Weight of Ink instead by Rachel Kadish. And this was a fantastic story. I read it last summer, a library book. There's 2 timelines, but it's better than Possession. And it's about a scholar in modern times battling with old ghosts and trying to get her life's work done, and realizing important things about her life. And a young woman in the 15th century? 16th century, and her finding her place in a plague-ridden London. And she's a Jew in London, and the woman in modern times is studying the Jewish literature, so that's the link. Question number 7, plot or character or theme that references another book. Okay, so I again want to circumvent the rules and say I thought of Wall-E for this as a favorite because they put a big old clip of Hello Dolly in there, and I just thought that was amazing because I'm a Hello Dolly fan and I'm a Wall-E fan, and so they were just a match made in heaven.
Out there, full of shine and full of sparkle, close your eyes and see it glisten, Barnaby. Listen, Barnaby. Put on your Sunday clothes, we're gonna ride through town in one of those new horse-drawn open cars. We'll see the shows at Delmonico's and we'll close the town in a whirl, and we won't come home until we kiss your girl.
So I will put in here Beekeeper's Apprentice, and I also don't know if that really fits the rules because I'm not great at picking up on like references to other work, but this is a detective who ends up hooking up with Sherlock Holmes in early 20th century, and she's very smart and she's studying like philosophy and religion. Laurie R. King, the author, takes them as a detective duo all over the world to solve crimes and prevent wars and stuff, and not only is it referencing Sherlock Holmes, it's incorporating him and probably referencing a whole bunch of other classic Golden Age mysteries throughout the series. So I really like the first one, and that should get you started. Question number 8, a book with a self-made lead. So, Maisie Dobbs. I love this series, and you cannot tell me otherwise. This series is written by Jacqueline Winspear, and it's amazing. So, the self-made part is that the girl who becomes the woman detective grows up as a South Sider, London. Her father is a vegetable seller, and she gets a job as a maid. She gets discovered and like gets all these privileges because she's so smart. Goes to war, comes back. Like there's all these fluctuations in social class and class obligation and loss in London of this time, and so the rules are very strict, but she sort of learns how to fit into more than one place. A lot of the beginning part of the series is up to like 17 books or 18 now, but a lot of the beginning part of the series is about her trying to come to terms with where she fits in with her society, with her business and her social life, and those are fascinating issues for me, so I really love this series. Question 9, plays with traditional gender roles. And I thought I'd get at Myrta by saying, Outlander? I thought that would make you laugh. I mean, it did occur to me because in the first book, instead of a woman being raped, it's a man being raped. So, I mean, that's shitting on traditional gender roles in a unique way. But because she does not like Outlander at all, I will leave that behind us and say Clara and Mr. Tiffany. So, I really liked this book by Susan Vreeland. Susan Vreeland apparently takes the lives of women artists and makes them fiction. And this is the only one of hers I've read, though. And it's a long play. It's several years and several different relationships, not just romantic relationships that it looks at, but her evolution as an artist, as a person in her own power, as someone standing up for herself and other people, and the sort of strange relationship she has with her boss, his careening off the rails and her staying true, and so I just thought that was a really good book. Question 10, tell us some trivia about Austen or Austen related. If you're watching this tag, you probably know most of the Austen trivia that I have at the top of my head, so I'll give you a personal trivia, which is that I have loved Austen for a long time, but I didn't get into all the pastiches of writings that people have done about her as a detective, from Darcy's point of view, from the Captain Wentworth's point of view, all these other books people have written about the Austen world, the fan fiction, if you will, until I got a box of books from New York sent after my cousin Ginny passed away, and she had bequeathed them to me. She was the kind of person who actually went on one of those, like, Austen tours in Bath with other people and went to the places where Jane Austen had lived and been and dressed up for a day and did the things and went to the museum, and that's totally me. And so we had a good relationship, and she was just a delight. So I see my collection, my double, I'll put it in here, my double-walled, double layered bookshelf of Austen related books as like a really happy memory. And then a tag people. So I'm going to tag Jenny at Bookish Shenanigans, Katya Weinert, Bookish, because I don't know if Brian's so big on Jane Austen, and Jennifer Brooks, because I think you guys all might enjoy these questions. So thanks very much, Amrita, and I will be talking to you tomorrow, I think, for the live, whenever that gets arranged. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later. I have such ladylike sneezes, don't you think?